Meh.
Yeehaw.
Ooh. Woo.
Winnipegation.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's a total.
Oh, this is the drive to Winnipeg. I love this.
Oh, nice.
That's true.
Genius.
Yeah, that's Winnipeg right there.
Nice.
Memorial Drive.
Total. Vacation.
Oh, excellent.
Oh god.
The Speewee.
What a guy. Look at me as the girl.
I couldn't tell the difference between you and Randy Quaid there, actually, Dave.
Oh, total Randy Quaid.
Oh,
Rybo
yeah.
looks like Christopher
Oh.
Guest there.
What like Beverly D'Angelo?
Wow, man, you're hot.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Is that Red Cup?
With
No, he was
glasses.
wearing a shirt. That guy was wearing a shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Winnipeggers 72. We went from the worst dinners to the best high school guitar players. Anytime there's a yang, we're going to give you a yang right here. Speaking of yang, Speewee, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, man. Yeah, it's been a good day for the most part. No complaints at all.
Glad you changed your toque.
I did a change and I went back up in the living room here. Just it's been cold. I went out to let the dog out. The dog had ran away, so
Oh,
Who
yeah.
let
to
the
take care of
dog
business.
out? Ooh.
I did. Chris did. So did Ryan.
Thanks to the great Rod Stickler for the amazing intro.
Mhm.
As we have a great show for you guys here today. Lots of stuff to talk about. I mean, last week we talked about the amazing meeting we had with the corporation. We're not going to really mention that right now. But you know what we're all going to get into? Because there's been a lot of people that have been talking and buzzing just how excited they are when Dave shouts out to them
I love
on
that.
Dave's Romper Room. Now, Dave, you said earlier that you've never repeated the same name twice.
Well, we have more than I usually give out a shout out to about 3 to 5 fans, and it's
Okay.
happened maybe 5 or 6 times, and we have more than 30 fans, I think.
Oh, we got a lot of
on
fans.
the show
We've
now.
already-
Yeah,
we've already
it's
got
been-
10,000 people watching this show right now. So be entertaining. Act.
Go, psst, act. Psst.
Exactly.
Well, hi, family. Sorry for the short interruption there. I wanted to give a shout out to some of my favorite people on the whole planet. These are people that we refer to as the family. They're our fans of the Winnipeggers. Bridget Henderson from Denver, Colorado. Holy cow, it's like cold and warm there. Say hi to Tim Allen. He was from Tool Time. He lived there. We love you. We love you there in Denver, Colorado. Wayne Griffin out in cold Bristol, rainy England. Oh, Wayne. John Cleese is from Bristol, England, and we love him. We consider him he's our hero. He's one of our big heroes. And we want to say hi to you and John Cleese and Dry Toast. Wayne Griffin. Michael J. Crawford, all the way from Chicago. Say hi to Kanye West and William the Refrigerator Perry for us. He was a big boy, very big football boy. John Melinda, all the way from Minneapolis. Holy cow. I'm very sorry about Judy Garland and Prince's passing. Oh boy, that must have been a hard pill to swallow. Say hi to Robert Zimmerman for us. Well, we love you here on the Winnipegs family, and we just want to always say that we love you. Chris and I and Ryan will love you till the day that we die.
Well, or at least until the day when this show goes off the air, Which
Yeah, or we get an editor that can move that audio longer. Don't say anything. All right, Terry.
Hey, anytime you can get a Judy Garland and a William Refrigerator Perry reference on the same show, you know it's going to be hot.
Yeah, I'm reaching.
No, thanks for that.
Well, we love the family. We really do. We love you guys, and we're not going to leave you if something happens outside of the show. We've learned our lesson.
Well, no, we will. We're totally going to leave you. We just have nothing left. So if the rest of the meetings for these other giant corporation channels, platforms, streaming services go as good or as bad as the first one did with the channel,
yeah,
we're going to be begging for you guys to live in your backyard, basically. So
yeah. We'll leave you every chance we get, but we'll always come back to you if we have to.
You losers. We love you. I wouldn't go to the extent of buying this thing if it wasn't for the love.
I know that's.
Well, and then that's a very expensive piece. I understand.
It is.
That.
Yeah.
You did hand in the receipt for that, right?
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Don't want to put Barry on the banned list, but $1.49 is $1.49.
I got about $15,000 in cameos that I'm still waiting for my receipts for. So, we'll wait and see what happens there. But we had some great fan mail here. We talk about how the YouTube subscribers have just gone through the roof. Episode 69, old celebrities, which by the way was a huge success. Who would guess? Catchphrases, not so much. Old celebrities was huge because people were debating on whether the celebrities from episode 69 just a few weeks ago, on YouTube and Facebook, where they still were alive.
It's topical. I like it too.
It is.
It's very topical. Very topical.
And you better get it now before it's too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This episode.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Jamie Renee Alvey said another great episode as always. You guys are definitely a lot of fun.
That's nice.
We like fun, right?
Yeah.
Bridget Houlette says always so entertaining. Thank you for all the laughs. Well, that's nice. What a nice thing to say.
Laughing's okay. Yeah.
Reagan Walker says, Chris, can we get Fuddruckers Restaurant to sponsor an AEW pay-per-view? I think it would bring more customers to come back to their restaurants. Rybo, let me ask you a question. Is Fuddruckers still in operation?
It is no longer in operation. It's become a Denny's now, actually.
Oh.
And I don't think they serve alcohol to underage kids there anymore, unfortunately.
The corporation of Denny's, not our corporation, but that corporation did us no good.
Actually, it's
you
too bad
youngsters should have had our lives. You youngsters.
It's too bad because I actually found, after I made that commercial, I actually found some pictures of you drinking when you were like 3 years old or 4 years old. Your dad was like, "Here, have a beer. This is funny. This will be funny now, and then not funny,
Well, no,
not so funny at 51, is it?
We were doomed from the start, weren't we? Why would you bring that picture, or maybe you can use it for show and tell last week, which is really next week, which is really in the future.
That's right. Whenever it is, I don't know where it is. I'll send it to you. You can post it
on MySpace. Gratitude Project says Winnipeggers forgot about Price is Right. Bob Barker. Good call. Yike. Jeez,
Yeah, that is a good call.
And they spelled Louise Lewis like a
Jeez, Lewis.
Jeez, Lewis.
Jeez, Lewis. Great show. Best show on the internet. All singers of ABBA are still alive as well. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All the singers of who?
ABBA.
Yeah, well, they're reuniting too. Yeah, they're 65 or 75, probably under 75. Dylan's 80. Bob Dylan's 80.
Yeah, they're younger. And Jagger's 78. Just kicked ass when I saw him last week at this time. Awesome. Nigel Griffin says, I love this. Well, I can't even say the word. I love this GD show, he says. He's so into it. He's swearing, taking the Lord's name in vain. He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, sorry. Yeah, GD.
Gosh darn it.
Erectile function show or something. That's a new sponsor, by the way.
Didn't you have a problem with Robert Schulenberg, Dave?
At one point in time, there was something there. He rubbed me the wrong way or something had happened, I think. But I think
right?
I think so. I think he's okay now, yeah.
Okay. He says Cheech Marin is 75, Tommy Chong is 83, and Bob Barker is 97. So, yes, we did miss all those.
Wow, we really missed a big one with Barker. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Here's another
good
one.
to know when you made mistakes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sons of bitches. Captain Quinn says you forgot William Shatner, 90 years old, still working, and just went into space, a Quebecer.
Yes.
Well, I guess we are dumb idiots for that one.
Well, we can't name them all for God's sakes.
Oh, you
There's a
can.
lot.
We'll save it for part 2. We got a lot
We
of.
were leaving. Yeah, we weren't doing Canadian ones.
And Shano TV says, I hate to tell you this, but Mrs. Garrett is dead as well. She passed in 2018. So this show is dedicated to the late, great Mrs. Garrett, a.k.a. Charlotte Ray.
That's nice.
Who always had a snack for Willis and Arnold and a word of advice for the
girls.
Kids.
Yeah, Tootie and the
for
gang.
The girls. Yeah, that's right. She was in both shows.
Gang. Exactly.
Yeah. And Joe was my favorite, who drove the motorcycle. Yeah. She was cool.
Yeah. She was my favorite too, always, you know.
Yeah.
I always liked the lesbians though, so that's me.
Right.
At
she's really
Stacey
cool.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. We don't need to use real names on Winnipeggers. There's no point.
Dude, they're our friends. I love Stacey.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Duncan. Shout out to all of them. They're great people.
Absolutely.
I love them all. Trust me.
We do love them.
Helped me out a lot over the last few years. A lot more than you guys have. I'll tell you that.
Well, we're still talking to you. That's something. Our group never was very friendly. We weren't very much into gifts or pats on the back or anything.
We weren't very
nice.
close.
No, we never. This is the last. I didn't really know these guys, honestly.
This is it. Like I said, we were put together by the corporation, like a modern day version of the monkeys.
We're like Menudo without the accents. I don't know what that means. I've never even been over to Dave's place. Like, look at that nice place. Like, you obviously have me over, but it never.
I wouldn't have you over here, and we never got to see each other ever. We don't even know. We don't know each
Dave,
other.
Talk about that piano in the background. Whose piano is that? Where'd you get that from?
I think that is the piano that Warren Zevon wrote French Inhaler on. I'm not sure. They got it for me. They knew the corporation's been taking care of me. You guys, things are coming. I've heard some through the pipeline. You're about to get a phone call or two.
That's weird because all I got, the corporation gave me is this picture of a house.
Yeah,
maybe some kind of house. I think that's Rybo's house. They took a picture of the house in a frame.
I wish I had a house.
It's
great to have a house.
I'm the just Holiday Inn,
in the library.
Holiday Inn special.
Episode 97. Dave, can I borrow $15? Anyways, I don't need the $50 this week because Rybo has Rybo is the big salesman of the gang now. It used to be you, Dave. You're the salesman by trade. You would go out and find the Greek restaurant that we had. It's free sunglasses, I think, at some point or something.
Well, I almost nailed the big sunglass place. Yeah.
Well, instead,
not the white ones either, by the way. Not white sunglasses, like the actual black ones. Yeah.
Instead, Rybo's the hustler. Rybo's out and about getting ads and advertisers and sponsors. And this week, right from the Parliament legislature, it's the Golden Boy of sponsoring Winnipeggers this week.
This episode of Winnipeggers is brought to you by the Golden Boy. The Golden Boy was modeled after the Greek god Hermes, weighs 3,640 pounds, and stands over 17 feet tall in the top of Winnipeg's historic legislative building. You can't break that thing. It's hermetically sealed. Officially and originally named the Eternal Youth and the Spirit of Enterprise, the Golden Boy represents prosperity and faces the north end of the city. Truth be told, he's probably looking in the wrong direction. The Golden Boy was sold to Winnipeg as a gift from the French during World War I and even survived a bombing, much like this here episode of Winnipeggers. He was first erected in 1918 and hasn't been hard since, and I sincerely hope this thing is not to scale. The tip of the boy's torch is 253 feet above ground, making it the tallest point in all of Winnipeg for a few years. He carries a torch in one hand and a sheaf of grass in the other, which is probably why people go there to smoke weed every April. So next time you're hanging around the ledge, and I know you will be, take a look way up in the sky and you'll see the magnificent Golden Boy shining like a national guitar.
I love it. Nice, Paul Simon.
Awesome. I like I want you, she's so heavy, and guitar.
Cut off. You know what I actually saw when they brought the Golden Boy down and re-gilded him or whatever.
Yeah, they could have given him an implant, but they didn't. Right?
I know. It's like he's kind of like, hey, can you do anything about the down there thing? Can you do anything about the down there?
Yeah, no kidding. He's like, thanks for the makeover. Aren't you gonna touch that before you put me back out there?
The poor Golden Boy's like, I saw the Bon Scott statue in Perth with a big giant ball bag in his jeans.
Yeah.
Give me that in mine.
That's great.
I don't even have jeans on, you fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Give me the Robert Plant from The Song Remains the Same, please.
Even Yngwie Malmsteen, something. I know it's cold in Winnipeg, but Jesus, that's. See, when they brought him down and they had to re-gild him, I saw it up close, and it was not. It was like the size of like a real like a real boy's penis, actually. Not that I've ever seen one, except when I was a boy. But the guy's 7 feet. He's 17 feet tall. I mean, you got to be like, you know what I mean? Like, you
At
got
17 feet, you should be at least 6 inches. Okay, at 17 feet, not 1 inch. Okay, so
Well,
yeah, I
and
agree.
you're a
he's standing
god.
there with his footloose and fancy free with his ween ski just hanging in the wind. Give him a little love, guys.
I
Well,
agree, man.
I mean, look at
yeah,
this.
okay.
If you guys can see this, this is the Bon Scott statue, and if you zoom in on it, which of course I can't because I never do work
Yeah.
it, you can actually see in the area of the crotch ski that Bon has a ball bag.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's like the best ball bag ever. It's so fun.
Just absolutely succulent.
I got a better one now.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. You can see it. You can see right there.
That's
So
better.
that's what we were hoping for the Golden Boy. And God bless the Golden Boy. And Rybo, great commercial there.
Very good. The Golden Boy got shortchanged.
When you see the tip of the Golden Boy's torch. So just for all you guys watching that aren't from Winnipeg, which is basically all of you, the Golden Boy is an actual guy that's on top of the Parliament legislative buildings in downtown Winnipeg. And he's super high up, like Rybo said. He's the highest point in Winnipeg for a short period of time.
Yeah.
He's very high up in the sky. And we see this guy all the time. Earth, wind, or fire, fall, summer, winter, whatever. And he's always there, and he's always been looking down on us and envious.
Looking down on us. Go, you assholes in your stupid show.
You and your cocks.
Yeah. you and your perfect
You and your
cocks.
normal-sized cocks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you totally got shafted.
Normal-sized cocks. We're talking about best high school guitar players. Once again, we're taking subjects that mean something to us. And we went to high school in Westwood High School and in the whole St. James area where there was a whole rash of amazing guitar players. And we're not just saying this. We wouldn't just make up this topic if we didn't think. Of course, there was a bunch of okay guitar players. But there, I think our section of town had like literally 6 to 8 guitar players that could have gone on to do big, big things had they had any desire or passion whatsoever, which, of course, Winnipeg sucks out of you like an evil vampire. But our guest today agrees with what we're saying, and he had somebody that he went to high school with, even though he's a very accomplished, one of the most famous heavy metal guitar players of all time, and Rybo's former boss talking about Jeff Waters from Annihilator.
Yeah.
Chris, I have no idea who you are. I have absolutely no idea who you are. Same with Rybo and with Speewee. But Irv-ass? I never heard of it. Chris Irv-ass? You're nuts. You're absolutely nuts. But I'll take your cash any day. Okay? So, hope everything's
seen
going
your
well
nuts.
with you guys. Are you in Winnipeg? Or are you just part of the Winnipeggers? But you're really somewhere else. Florida. Warm. I'm up here in the UK. Northeast. Almost at Scotland. It's very cold. Very windy. I'm all yucky because I was just in the studio playing guitar for the first time in a while. But it's not all about me. Actually, I'm trying to waste your cash. Chris, I'm trying to waste your cash. You know who you are. I know who you are. You're not fooling me. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing really good. And you know exactly who the best musician in my high school was. High school was Fisher Park High School in Ottawa, Canada. And I entered high school at the same time, same year or two that one of my favorite musicians, and maybe yours too, left that high school. So I was in there for about a year with him. And I was always a short little kid, and he was a big, tall guy with a Judas Priest patches on his jacket. And Dan Beeler, of course, from Exciter, was the guy I was worshiping in high school. And he left high school and went to, I think the first thing I saw was him supporting, as an emergency backup, Van Zandt couldn't make it over the border to support Mob Rules with Dio. So Exciter was called last minute, and they were just kids. And they played at this arena, Lansdowne Park, Ottawa Civics. Yeah, Lansdowne Park in Ottawa. And supported Sabbath with Dio on the Mob Rules tour. Come on, that was the best album Sabbath ever did. Shh. And that was it. I went to see that show, too. I was snuck in almost. I think I was underage. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Get a hold of me. Same with Ryan, too. Miss that guy. He was a far better drummer than I gave him credit for. I need to talk to him about that.
Nice.
So, hey, you guys take care. Hope your families are doing well. And can't wait to get to cold Winnipeg. Can't wait to get there for a visit. But I'd rather visit you in Florida. Or you can come to England and visit. Hi, guys. See you later. Ryan, love you. Chris, yeah, sort of. I don't know who Speewee is, but he's got to be a friend of yours, right? See you guys. Chris, you're nuts. Bye. Love you all.
That was great.
Awesome, man.
That's
Good
fun.
to see the guy.
Hell, man.
Yeah. You don't have to call him. You caught up already. It was
Hey,
great.
Rybo,
good.
some real good compliments there.
No, that was really nice. Yeah, you're right though, Dave. I've been feeling stressed. I've been feeling bad. Like I gotta contact him, but now I kind of don't have to.
You don't have to call him. It's over. Yeah, it was nice. What it was.
Yeah,
So
we saw
Rybo-
each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of words already.
Jeff Waters is from a band called Annihilator, one of the greatest thrash metal bands of all time from Canada. Rybo was in the band for a few years. And Jeff said he was a far better drummer than I gave him credit for. And he said, tell Rybo I love him. And Chris, you're okay. And Speewee doesn't know you. That's some pretty good, nice words, man. I'll send you that cameo, Rybo. You can keep it.
Nice. Thanks, man. That's great.
Oh, wow.
Put it
Or you
away
could just,
somewhere.
yeah.
It's funny that he called you nuts and then
Bring it to show and tell. Oh, that was last week. By the way, what a great show last week.
It was huge numbers.
A couple
Huge
weeks
numbers.
ago or whatever.
Well, we got signed. We're on NBC now, so everything's okay.
It worked. We weren't that bad.
What were you saying, Rybo?
Well, he
so great.
just kept calling you nuts all the time, but I've actually seen that guy's nuts, and they were pushed through a pie plate. But thanks,
tell
Jeff.
the
That was
story. Do tell.
Well, just so you know, I did the same thing I always do. The Winnipeggers, Speewee, Rybo, and Irv-ass. And he obviously had heard the term Irv-ass, probably from you. Heard the term Rybo, not too hard to figure out. And he got it right away. So,
darn it. He was one of the only guys. Well, he's one of the only guys that actually pronounced your name right. So
right. Although the Sklar brothers last week did it right too. So and I know the Sklar brothers as well. I'm just paying all my friends to give us shout outs here. I should just pull a Waters, but like Waters said, he just wants to steal our cash. He didn't give a shit. So it's cool that he went to high school with Dan Beeler. I didn't know that. From Exciter, Canadian early metal pioneers. Yeah. Exciter.
Love those guys too. He's a huge Exciter fan too.
Yeah. Well, I remember one of the first albums I bought with my own money was Violence and Force by Exciter on Bonsai Records, where the guy is trying to put his hand through a door and the chick is screaming and the blood is coming through his fingers. Like he's trying to get in. Typical 80s album cover, right? Like the bad guys trying to, hot chicks trying to close the door, screaming. They're like, come on, let him in.
Run, Terry.
Run, Terry, run. So we grew up in Westwood, Sansom Junior High, Westwood High School, and for whatever reason, there was a lot of great guitar players in our high school, junior high school. This one was written by me as well. That's 2 in a row, so you guys can both suck it. I get the royalties from these ones. You guys want to jump in?
How much do we owe you?
Exactly. Whatever I decide to pay you, I guess.
Zero.
Christmas bonus coming. You're just walking around the pool handing out checks. Yeah, I mean, I think that I had a little bit to do with thinking about this episode too, just because there was some really crazy, like not guys that literally even played shows a lot, just guys that were just in the basement and could really figure it out. And there was no tabs, there was no internet, it's so easy today, honestly. I mean, you can just look at it and go, oh, that's where I put my finger. And there was nobody showing these guys stuff. I'll go with Kev Ahoff right off the huff, just because it's Ryan's brother and probably one of the best lead, craziest players, innovative by ear players I've ever heard ever, on record or outside of record. A huge compliment to Kev. But that was the strength of him, is you could be sitting there, and I mean, we were kids. This isn't probably a big deal today if you're playing music, but it was back then. And like Entertainment Tonight theme song would come on, and he could play it. He would just grab the guitar and play it without making a mistake, or maybe a mistake and then straighten it out. But he could do all the theme shows, and that was kind of like a game almost to play with him. And when he really was wailing, I don't think there was anybody as good. And there were a couple people that were rivals of that playing.
I always said that Kev, like, if he had been scouted, for example, like the way that Zach Wilde just happened to be scouted at 19 years old, like Kev could have been that version. He was that good. Like he could have been in Ozzy's band when he was 18 or 19. Like he had that vibe to him. His only thing was he was very self-critical, very self-conscious, which of course we know you have to just let that go. I was in a band with Kev. Scimitar was our band, episode 99.
Yeah.
Scimitar. And that was the only thing that
After
Kev,
sunburn.
yeah, that was the only thing that Kev didn't have was just the fearlessness to try. But I said, if he got a call from, we always said that Dana Strum from Slaughter and the Vinnie Vincent band was like Ozzy's scout. Like if Dana Strum just happened to come to a Scimitar gig, although there wasn't any because Kevin never wanted to play, he would have maybe got the gig with Ozzy. So that's a good starting point right there.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably be number one on my list for the high school guitar players. And I don't know who you guys are even really talking about. This is going to be eye opening for me. It's like, as far as I know, like Patrick Maloy didn't play guitar. Craig Skrinick didn't really play.
Not a guitar player.
I don't know who you guys are talking about that with these great players, but
Well,
I know my brother.
Go
We used to sit there and watch TV and stuff, and we'd just be watching MASH. You know, my brother played the theme song for MASH, and then it was like go time when the commercials came on. It was just like, oh man, I got to figure out this commercial. Like,
He could have.
20 seconds, you figure it out, and it's it was a good ear training, just kind of watching TV.
It's still really crazy when you hear somebody that learned guitar just by ear, completely by ear, 100%. It was a real. It separated the boys from the men back then. It really, really did, because otherwise you'd need somebody to show you.
Right.
And these guys were just ripping shit out of their heads without any theory at all. I bet you Kev never took theory. I bet you nobody told him, you're in G here, this fret you're in A minor, here you are in F. And I bet you he probably still doesn't know that, but he can just absolutely hear something and play it in its entirety back.
The Beatles couldn't
probably
read
knows
music.
that too.
The Beatles couldn't read music either, and that's the secret. Like you said, it's just a little bit of ear training and listening, and because he would always show me the riffs that we were playing as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was about where we lived, because I remember there was a battle of the bands. It's either Sansom or when I was in grade 10 in Westwood. I'm going to say earlier than that. And they had like a high school talent show. And there was a band called Elixir Frenzy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I remember.
Garth Kwasnitsa, who used to hang out with the Shiphams, who were friends of ours that we always go to the pool. Give her up Ships River, which is a state.
Yeah.
And I always used to like try and figure out, how do you fucking spell Kwasnitsa? Is it with a Q? Is it with a K? Is it with a C? And I remember Elixir Frenzy for their part of the talent show, and they had candles on stage in the candelabras, and they played Mr. Crowley. And this is probably 1985, 86. And I was like, holy shit. Like, that was the first time I ever said, like, I want to be in a rock and roll band, because we listened to music and we listened to Mr. Crowley, and Winnipeg was a huge Aussie territory. It still is. But to see somebody playing Mr. Crowley, I mean, I still remember the candelabras, and they had a keyboard guy, or maybe there was tracks. I don't remember, but I remember hearing now, and just sitting there like, fucking, I got science class in 30 minutes.
Yeah, fuck it.
And I should probably eat like pudding and peanut butter sandwich, but I'd rather just sit here and watch Elixir Frenzy.
Watch some Elixir Frenzy and eat some pudding.
Yeah. You're not even allowed to eat peanut butter sandwiches at school now. That's how much time has changed.
That's true. Did you guys ever have
talking about John Scholes?
That you saw anything like that?
What's that?
Did you ever have an experience like that at that time frame with anybody that you saw?
Yeah, I would say for sure. Ryan, you probably have a better.
We had. I can't remember who the band.
I can think of one right now. It's very special. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead, Rybo.
I was just trying to pick the ball. I got nothing either. But I remember seeing Patrick Maloy really laying down some pretty cool riffs.
Skrinick on drums.
So the other one was Nuthin Pretty. And the singer of Nuthin Pretty, Joey Saltel, just passed away this past week. God bless Joey Saltel. But Nuthin Pretty was a local Winnipeg band where the lead guitar player to Joey Saltel was called Rod Makovic. And Rod, am I the only guy remembering these guys? Maybe because I'm a couple years older than you guys.
Yeah.
So Rod Makovic had
oldie,
typical like kind of puffy hair here, super long. And I remember he dated a couple hot chicks. And the chicks loved the guitar player. And he was like a Randy Rhoads clone. And this band, Nuthin Pretty, had an EP that came out exclusively at Records on Wheels. Now, Records on Wheels was the record store that we all went and bought all our stuff at. And they had Nuthin Pretty EPs. And all the guys in my grade, they must have sold 30 Nuthin Pretty EPs just to our guys in the grade. And when Joey passed away, I was talking to Brent Fitz, another very accomplished musician from Winnipeg. We were basically singing all of the songs from the Nuthin Pretty EP featuring Rod Makovic. So now we got Kev, Rod Makovic, and Garth Kwasnitsa. Those are 3 world-class players all in our little neighborhood. Nice. That's pretty damn cool.
Now was Nuthin Pretty. There was also Nuthin Pretty, and that was a different band. Was it not?
No, it was the same. Nuthin Pretty.
Same band?
No, there wasn't 2. There was Nothing Pretty and Nuttin Pretty.
Yeah, no.
And they competed all the time, man. Every weekend there was a competition.
Okay.
So, Rybo, when you were in high school, who did you jam with? Did you have a guitar player?
Well, I jammed with the guy who used to live across from Speewee's place, actually.
That was my guy, but you can tell it first.
I know Dave wants to say that it's his guy, but
he's my guy, but it's your story. Yeah, go ahead.
Dave was in a band with him before. He'll probably maybe get to that. But Paul McKay, who is an avid watcher of the show, and maybe he can clarify a few things because he was like the Dave Mustaine of like my grade. He kind of had that snarl look, and he played like a flying V or a flying wee, wherever you're from, right? He just had these. He just came up with these riffs, and he wrote these songs. Like we had the Death song, which is spelled D-E-T-H, of course, the Death song. Die, 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 kill, 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 kill.
Whoa! How old were you guys here?
I'm talking. We're maybe 14, 15 or something like that.
All right, I was with them when I was with. We didn't live together, but we were together.
Listen, I don't like you being with any guy before I was.
Listen, I had him before you. I was like 7 years old with him, okay? And he didn't have a flying V. He had an Ibanez Series X.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Yeah, well,
anyway, I don't want to take over your, but I was in a band earlier, and we did a lot of songs that said die in it. We had Man in Red, you're going to die in your bed, Ryan in Red. Die, die, die. And that was it. So he was stealing my bits from when I was 7 with him and selling them down the river to you at 15 or something.
I smell a rant.
No, there's no rant. I don't have one. Go ahead. Roll tape.
Well, that's interesting because maybe
kill
he's
you
just
with one.
Paul, you can talk if you want, but maybe he's just a plagiarizer because I remember our big hit song that we had, which we were called The Misunderstood. And he came up with the name, but he also our hit song was called Wings of Tomorrow. So we had this song, Ride On, Wings of Tomorrow, Die For, Wings of Tomorrow, right?
Oh.
So we're like, whatever, hey, that's pretty cool. And then one day we're at Sam the Record Man, and I saw a Europe album, and it was called Wings of Tomorrow.
Yes!
Oh, no.
Yeah,
but
and I don't know
the
if
same song.
He made
me an anger song called Wings of Tomorrow for the future.
I'm gonna Google it right now. Maybe he just stole it just outright. But
Paul, so while you're Googling the band my very first band that we tried to play, Holy Diver, and I was singing and playing bass with Dale Martinick on drums and Drew Jones on guitar.
Yeah,
Drew Jones, nice guy, but he had money. He had like a really nice car when he was 16. He had the chick with the big
smoked
boob.
the DeMaurier lights.
He did, yeah, big boob girlfriend. Big boob Brady, not to be confused with Bad Breath.
Tries to make it okay.
Yeah, and he had the best gear. Like everyone was so jealous of him because he had like total Marshall stacks, Fender Strat, all the best pedals and everything. And he was an okay player.
But did he deck out all his gear?
Countless times. He decked all of his gear.
Yeah,
and then of course we had the Googe, who also decided he was going to play guitar. And the Googe was about 300 pounds, 6'8". So when the Googe wanted to play guitar, you would let the Googe play guitar. And he had guitar skills kind of similar to VH, where he would just play whatever the hell he wanted and didn't really fit in anywhere.
True artist.
True artist that would punch you in the face if you didn't let him play with you.
That's funny.
We had another guy. We were a 3-piece, me, Rock Rumpel, and Kev, Rybo's brother.
Yeah.
And we decided one time we're going to bring in another guy from down the street. His name is Rick Ramratton.
Oh, what a guitarist name. Great
name. Rick was an East Indian. And he's like, hey, dude, what's going on, dude? How's it going, dude? I'll come jam with you guys. So he comes, we play Aces High. And it was like having 2 guitar players after being in a one-guitar band for like 2-3 years was just like, now, get him out. It was like super powerful and everything. And when we were done, we're like, dude, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, we want you to join Scimitar. And he's like, no, it's okay, dude. What? No, I'm fine. I don't want
No
to
thanks.
Like, what? We're
I don't need the money.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
It's okay, buddy. I love it.
That's great. Hilarious.
Oh, my goodness.
That is really funny, man.
Mike Jack, any comments about Mike Jack?
Yeah, I knew the Mike Jack playing. Mike Jack was a blues man. All right. Jack was the only guy that could play fluently in A minor at 15 years old, and he knew the F chord. And he wasn't pissing around with some half bar chord Spivak from 95 to 99 stuff.
Dave, when did you start
89.
playing guitar? Then? Because I've known you for years, and I did not know you being a guitar player until about 2005 or 6 or 7.
I learned guitar in about 1992 or 3 or 4, somewhere in there, and it was just your Campfire Neil Young type stuff. I just like the singing, the songwriting. Really, the lyrics meant a lot to me. Sort of like a Bergman film. You really get into it. I don't know if you guys understand that here today, but I was just pretentious as shit, and I just needed to, do it on my own. I thought I had a story, so.
All right. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
you just proved that to us.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I listen to the Saucermen a lot. That's Mike Jack's band, of course. You guys know that, right? Of course.
Of course.
And I don't think Patrick Maloy was in that band. But you know what? Actually, I think
Who the hell is Patrick Maloy? Anyway, why do I keep laughing at it like I know what you're talking about? I keep going, yeah, hey Pat, good to see you, buddy.
I'd say
like
Google him,
Jeff
but that's
Waters
not gonna-
knowing who I am.
Good call. We had other guys like Matt Ritchie, obviously, who still
Oh, yeah,
plays.
Matty,
and
of
was,
course, Matty.
great.
Matty
He's-
came from a very musical family, so all of his sisters played violin and stuff. So Matt was a virtuoso when it came to all that.
He really is a great player. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just
Trying to
knows
think
what
ahead
to
of
do. He just knows what to do. What about Oompy? I know he plays bass naked, but I don't know. If he,
By the way,
Okay.
he played bass naked, and whose bass did he play? My fucking bass.
Listen, Oompy's off
Oompy's
limits. Just
wiener-
kidding. Bury him.
Oompy's wiener rubbed against my bass that I still have.
Cool.
So his DNA. If he ever commits a murder and CSI Winnipeg comes to my house,
Oh Jesus.
busted.
Golden
You still
boy,
have-
golden boy against a gold top. Paul, how about Paul fucking Defoe? How's that for bringing out an obscure
good
guitar
call.
player? And he kind of was like Kev and him really had a lot of respect for each other because they'd hang out in this basement
Yeah.
at Al Reimer's or somewhere, and they just would be riffing back and forth. And I really dug Defoe. Kev was probably better in a certain way, but Defoe had a blues tone that was like
Defoe
a
was
kid
like-
should not have had. It
Cole
was.
looked like Kiefer Sutherland in the Lost Boys, but with black hair instead of
Yeah, yeah. He was kind of like like
Paul Dufault. Good, very
Yeah.
good.
I
Great
thought about
name,
that.
what a
It doesn't
great-
matter if these people played shows or went outside of their basement. We saw some serious shit. Doesn't
Hey,
matter.
read the subject. Best high school guitar players. Doesn't say best players that played shows. Exactly.
right.
These are
Yeah,
people in high
yeah.
school.
We know is if we cared about popularity, we would have signed the offer that we got the other day, and I don't want to.
That's
I'm
right.
too embarrassed to tell you about it.
Nah, we don't even care. $7 million they offered us.
$7 million. We turned it down.
Get
not
this-
enough. Not enough.
That's right. Doesn't matter. You can't buy us, corporation.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah.
You can't buy us with the level of comedy that we have.
Guys, I'll take anything. I got to get out of this basement. This is a green screen behind me.
For what ails me?
Well, what ails you?
Insomnia.
All right. Well, we thank
That's
you guys.
true. You know what? Actually, can we talk about? I heard Gary Dyson played. Well, I heard he played a little guitar. Did he?
Well, he literally played a little
Oh,
guitar.
God.
Oh yeah.
damn
Okay.
it.
Show!
So
We'll just leave that there. We don't have to even explain it. Corporation will never even care because they'll never
They
look
don't
into it anymore.
Hey, hello to everybody.
Nick Kambakis played guitar.
Hey, Nick was a great punk singer too. Remember how crazy he would do that air band? There was a big song he did. It's very obscure.
great.
Lon won't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Lon's not going to be happy with this one. Too obscure.
Lon's our biggest critic.
Rock Rumpel had a graphite guitar, a guitar that was literally made of graphite, like
That's cool.
like a pencil. It was not cool.
Well,
Sounded terrible.
Curtis Wren had a Gibson SG, like
He was a good player though. He was a good
really,
player.
yeah.
Those Wrens always had money though.
This
Always
the
has one of those Wrens.
blue blood of the Wrens.
Yeah. It's always running around.
Eric Huntley had an old 60s Eco electric guitar. Very sought after. Spivak's been trying to buy it. I even sent an email last month. Been trying to buy it for a long time, Eric. Maybe the fans can help me out. Get Eric Huntley's Echo 1968 Echo or 70 Echo disco cover guitar. I want that guitar.
You started GoFundMe or something.
Swanston used to play Dungeons and Dragons with a band called Swanston.
You guys want to send money to a GoFund for the Winnipeggers and my guitar? Let's do it. It's Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. This is just a green screen.
Got a birthday coming up, guys. Dave's got a birthday in the next few months.
Dude, before my last birthday, I broke my collarbone. I'm going to break the other one this time. I'm going out soon. Snowboarding.
Take it to the Jericho Cruise 4. Dave Spivak will be on that show.
Come down to the cruise. I'll be there. I'd love to talk to you.
If you live long enough.
If I make it through the winter, it's going to be a tough winter.
It looks like you're living large.
Thanks to Jeff Waters for an amazing cameo.
Thanks,
Jeff. Thanks to the great Rod Stickler. Thanks to Bon Scott with Ball Bag. Thanks to Rod Makovic, Garth Woznica, Paul Dufault,
Ron McLean, Don Cherry, all of them. Thank you very much.
Cherry, everybody, Russell Schwartzky.
Megan Perry, Jason Fast, Chris Pattern, Jamie McLennan,
Stacey James,
Dolly Parton,
Stacey Jennings. She was number 2 on my list, actually.
I had her on my list too. We should have given her a shout out too.
Glad we're actually prepared and we're cutting them off.